Hey everyone, and welcome to the next game that I'm going to play, which is Sanctum. And Sanctum isn't a pretty old game. It came out this year. It is a indie title and a tower defense based game. Now these type of games are incredibly popular at the moment. Um, and this is one of my favorites. So we're going to do single player now, and you have a few levels. So we will start with the first level. I am just going to do the regular mode, not survival mode. I may do that at a later bit, but this is just to show what the single player is all about. First level has 20 waves, and as you progress to other levels, the number of waves, of course, increases. Now, as I said, the tower-based defense games are incredibly popular at the moment. I remember the day when I played the Warcraft 3 based tower defense game, and what I like about this one is that you actually can take part in the action yourself. There are other tower defense based games that have this also, like Toy Soldiers, and pretty much when you look at what comes out at Steam, a lot of indie titles choose for a tower defense style game. You know, Dungeon Defenders has the same thing. But I don't really spend much time looking at tower defense based games that don't really involve you in the action. And pretty much how this goes is I've activated the line that shows you how the waves of enemies that will come will walk. They will choose the quickest route, and you can choose to build blocks to guide them through a maze to your base, which is fun because, for example, in the Warcraft 3 based game, the maze was already set out, and here you can create the best maze. And people might disagree by how I build my mazes, because you can build some pretty efficiently. By, for example, I don't really need to build some blocks, because they will all already go a certain way. For example, they will now move that way, so I don't literally need to build a block here. However, if you want to have a lot of turrets, that can be quite handy. You also have multiple weapons, which I like to upgrade them in the beginning. And another thing that is very fun about this game is that you can play it co-op. In with 4 players. When it was released, you can only play it with 2 players, and they released a patch with where you can play co-op with 4 players. And unfortunately, I cannot really do that right now because I live in Japan right now. The internet connection to servers back in Europe are very bad, so my latency is incredibly high, so I'm not able to really play with my friends there. In terms of upgrading, the game goes quite far. Like, you can upgrade everything to level 6. That includes your weapons and your towers. So in terms of progression, there's a lot, and some people might like it that it is a first-person shooter, because some of the tower defense games that involve you are third-person shooters or action, hack and slash, and stuff like that. So let's begin the first wave. There are also a lot of different types of enemies in this game, which is also fun because you need a lot of types in this game. The first wave is incredibly easy. and they did not stand a chance. At the right bottom, it is shown what the next wave will consist of, what types of enemies, and basically what I like to do is I like to upgrade my weapons a lot instead of my towers instead of creating a lot of towers. In terms of what kind of towers you can build, it's also pretty basic. You have, of course, the quick firing but fairly weak one, but with a great range. These are my favorites. These lightning towers. They shoot pretty slow, but are incredibly strong. I upgrade those fairly much, and I like to do mazes with what I call the choke points, where they need to make a corner around here, which means that the lightning towers here can absolutely destroy them. Let's go to wave 2, which also should be fairly easy. And I'm so happy that like you can participate yourself in the action, because like the Warcraft 3 based style was also fun, you know, the regular style, but this is so much more fun because it involves you. And it's basically what survival mode became, because if you look at something like Horde mode in Gears of War, you can also build upgrades there, and weapons and stuff like that, turrets. So this is basically what the new type of survival mode is, because I don't know if any of you guys downloaded the I forgot the exact name of it, but you have a Borderlands downloadable content, which is also consists of survival mode, and that is only like wave after wave, and you don't really progress anything. You get some perks, stuff like that, but nothing special, and it really gets tedious after a while. This is the fast wave. My gun will be very useful in that. Also, every enemy has some weak points. I choose the freeze gun now, so I can freeze some enemies so that the towers can do a lot more damage. And I will pursue them now. Oh. You actually don't take damage from the enemies when they hit you, but your screen goes all apeshit when they hit you. So that's the only thing that works a bit against you. That went a little bit worse than I expected, so I'm going to build another block here and here, so that now they must go through here, which basically gives you more time to deal with them. And I am also going to build a teleporter here so that I can teleport between blocks, so to speak, which gives me time to stay ahead of the enemy. I will do it with this one, like that, and now I can, like this, I can teleport between them. Next wave will be the big wave. Weapons are not necessarily useful against that. The enemies that will come have a lot of defense, so your weapons are actually the damage is reduced. So I will build another lightning tower. I will do that one here, and I'll extend that one a little bit, and I have 10 resources left, but Gatling gun is absolutely useless in this round, so I will not bother with that.
Activated. Defense grid set to extermination mode.
I could try to shoot them, but like I said, they have a lot of HP. My weapon damage is reduced, so I really need my towers for this. Because this is the first level, I also only have like 3 types of towers. There are a lot more, which is great. There are also some types of like different fields, like you put them on the paths that they walk on, and they slow them down, or they reduce their armor. And that takes care of that. Not a lot of enemies, but they were strong. Now we get a mixed one, so we have the big ones and the quick ones. I am going to upgrade my regular pistol. And I will upgrade that one. And do we have another? No, I don't. Well, I'm going to build some other Gatling guns. The game is run on the Unreal Engine, which it looks great, and it can run pretty smooth on a few older systems as well. And the art direction is absolutely gorgeous. It has a sort of like Avatar type of feel to it. Don't think the range of this gun is that. Oh, okay, yeah, I can hit them. And now I can switch to this one to greet our enemy friends and shoot them up, even though some of them are actually getting through. Oh, there are big ones left as well, which is not a big problem because they have a fairly big weak area. Alright. The next wave is fairly easy because the next wave are like, I don't know, runners, and they are very fast, but they slow down incredibly as they need to turn, so this choke point is absolutely killing for them. Which means that I will upgrade this one, which will probably absolutely devastate them. And you know what? I will build a lightning here just for that little extra firepower if I miss them. If they come through to the first part. Even though a level 1 lightning tower won't do much, but still. As you can see, they slow incredibly down when they need to turn. It's all fairly easy. I was talking about that this game also has a lot of enemy types. Not all enemy types will be shown in the first level. Yeah, the next one's a bitch. The next one's kind of looks like a boss wave. It's just one big walker, I think.